Namaste. I am Dr. Robert Henry Schwenk, aka Dr. Bob for you, coming to you from Norwalk, Ohio, and studio for you. All information you might like to have is contained at the end of this video. Comments and questions are always welcome. If you're watching on YouTube, you can place your comments or questions in the section below. Today's topic is 5 tips to make you free of the events of your life, happiness, and the meaning of life. Your worldly happiness sometimes depends on how you see the events of your life. Certainly, positive events may be memories you wish to keep. There are so many of those. It is the negative events that you may wish to rise above. Everything, including relationship breakups, tragic and untimely losses of loved ones, financial setbacks and job loss, illness or accident, earthquakes, tornadoes, hurricanes, tsunamis, floods, all manner of negative events can really make for depressing personal environments. How to keep your worldly happiness going strong is a challenge many people deal with. I remember a woman coming to me for coaching who was so upset with children dying of AIDS in Africa that she could not function here in the USA. She took the world into her own life and suffered there. There's no need for that. So here are 5 tips to help you be unaffected by outside circumstances. 1. Acknowledge that events of every kind may be part of your life. You cannot escape life except by living in a cave and eating grubs. So participate as you need to, but only as you need to. This is not a call for you to abandon your relationships or responsibilities. It is a call for you to be mindful but not submerged in the events of your life. Only as you can acknowledge all the events of your life will you begin to be their handler and not their handlee. 2. As often as you can, see yourself as outside of those events. You look in on them as if you are observing someone else's life. Detach yourself from happenings. I know it sounds somewhat counterintuitive with number 1, but it is not. You can be in those happenings, but not of them. Detach yourself from the world. Participate fully in whatever degree you see fit. However, you are not the events of your life or of this world. For example, contribute time or money or energy to helping earthquake victims. But you do not need to be covered with rubble caused by the quake to be of service to the quake's victims. 3. You cannot control what comes into your life completely. No one can. But you can always have power over how you respond to the episodes that infringe upon you. Yes, your immediate response may be fright or despair or hope or pleasure, but with practice you can have command over your first response and have a different response than something knee-jerk like. A hasty response to anything and everything is usually inappropriate. In combat situations, I imagine, you have no luxury to think. You must respond instantaneously. So when faced with any situation, take a moment to think. Find the center of your being. Tap into its energy and wisdom. Then respond. I know you'll be the better for it. Do I always do this? No, I am a being in progress just like you. I strive to respond more and more appropriately. You can too. 4. Try to turn everything into something positive. Yes, what happened to you might be horribly negative. You can and ought to admit that to yourself. Then find the positive in everything. And I do mean everything. First you have detached. That will save you some suffering. And then you find the positive, and that will turn you toward happiness in your everyday world. This is part of your thinking about circumstances. When you take a moment to examine how you want to respond to an event, try to find the positive in the event as well. I guarantee this will set you up to have a positive life. And number 5, give that positive away to others who are affected by the occurrence in your life and perhaps in their life. In other words, make your life as positive as possible by making the world and the people around you as positive as possible. Don't tear down. Always try to build up. Please do not miss this last tip. It is perhaps the most important of the 5. If you do not give in an affirmatory way to the world and people around you in your life, you will miss the greatest benefit of all. Favor. Favor in your own life from your own self. Self-favor in this context is perfectly commendable. Well, there you have 5 tips to help you be unaffected by the events of your life and the events happening in the world. Wear them well. In them you will further your happiness and meaning in life. This has been Dr. Bob for you. May you and all sentient beings know happiness and the root of happiness. Namaste.